welcome to the Sack Lunch Show. It is 11:06 in your beautiful Bainbridge area and around surrounding counties. We are the Sack Lunch Show here today. We are with my boy Ryan.
What's up?
My boy Ryan is here sitting in. I guess I'm sitting in for Double D, and you're sitting in for me.
Yeah, that's right.
Ryan's playing me today. Well, we are going to have a great show this afternoon. Hopefully you guys have joined us and tuned in with us. This is the Sack Lunch Show, and we are brought to you by David White and the gang at Cook's Appliance Services, the Bonnie Blue House, Dean Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, H&R Block in Bainbridge, Donaldsonville, and in Blakely, ABAC in Bainbridge, Stewart Auto Parts, B3 Property Management, United Rentals, and the Nomad Nurse.
Don't forget Bell Payne Attorneys at Law, Brownlee Glass Company, Carter's Fried Chicken, Dr. Homer Breckenridge III, Hadaway Ford, Bernie's Transmission Specialist, and Stone's Home Center.
And don't forget Specialty Auto, home of the Yes Man, Bainbridge DUI School, Dixie Dandy, Southern Harvest Equipment, Mitchell County Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, CNR Parts and Auto Body, and South Georgia Motorsports.
Last but certainly not least, New South Roofing, Grassy Cuts, Seminole Hydraulics, Silvis, Ambrose, Lindquist & Co., Westwood Schools, Hills Stump Grinding, Lane's Medical Shop, and Studio T.
Studio T. You got one on? Yep.
Yeah,
my man Ryan's got a Studio T on right now. And I tell you what, it looks good back there.
You know, I printed it, but I got to say, it looks good.
Ryan printed it, but it looks good. That's what I like.
Brag.
I mean, you know, he ain't a brother to brag, but, I mean, he can.
I mean, look at it.
If he need.
That's all you got to do.
Just look at it. I mean, look at the content of such Studio T. I can't even see it. Let me see it. Oh, look at it. I had mine on yesterday. Man, it looks good. So what about last night? What'd you do?
I just watched TV mostly.
Much?
Yeah. My girlfriend's home from college.
Sweet.
Because the outbreak.
Oh, well.
But,
yeah. Well,
but we watch TV.
The old Corona. Yeah. You know, we have definitely seen just about every event shut down.
Yeah.
I mean, Corona has taken a hold of the entire United States and the world, actually.
It really has.
I mean, it has put a stranglehold on everything financially. I mean, there's a lot of places that will not, people are supposed to, you schedule an event.
Yeah.
You're depending on the finances that come with such event.
Yeah.
And now we're not having, we're canceled everything.
Mm-hmm.
Everything has been canceled. Which, rightly so. I mean, precaution is definitely a safety measure. Definitely want to keep everything in perspective.
Yeah.
But what we don't want to do is, it's hard to even say. What we don't want to do is be that overbearing helicopter parent type situation where, everything is, shut down. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, so I can't give my professional medical opinion on such thing. But I know this. I know that it has become a situation. Corona has definitely become a situation, and we're definitely we're abiding by the rules. We're definitely going to make it. We're going to do whatever they tell us to do.
Yeah, that's
right. Not easily.
No.
It's not easy trying to figure out how to navigate through life without being able to go anywhere and everything's closed. So,
yeah, that's right.
Well, we're going to make it through it. I'm sure between the public safety officers and everybody else in the safety realm of, I guess, medical field. I don't know. How would you even categorize that? Was it biological war? It seems like a biological warfare or something. I don't know. I'm at a loss. So, but anyway, it is what it is, and we're going to continue to move on. And we're going to keep rolling with the Sack Lunch Show here today. Listen, we're going to bring you some great news, and it is brought to you today by Action GM. Now, listen, let me tell you, at Action GM, there's 0% financing for 84 months and no payments for 4 months right now at Action GM. And this includes all the 2019 models, every 2019 model on the lot. And not only that, the 2020 Chevrolet Silverado, the Trax, and the Equinox are all included. Also applies to the 2020 GMC Sierra and Terrain and the Buick Encore. So, listen, 84 months, 0% financing for 84 months, no payments for 4 months right now at Action GM.
That's a good deal.
South Georgia's favorite neighbor. Listen, we're going to jump right into this news with you. And, I tried to select some good news stories today.
Yeah.
Because all we've heard was, this is closed down, and that's nowhere. You can't go here, and you can't wash your hands. We already know that. Quarantine yourself, stay wrapped up in a bubble wrap. I mean, whatever. It's getting ridiculous. But I found some good news stories. Excuse me. Good news stories for today. So on Monday, the big yellow school bus wasn't the source of bringing students one step closer to their education. Instead, it was the source of nutritional meals. Now, we've heard about this yesterday here in Bainbridge. They did the Kids and Cops are doing this actually all week. Yep. They are feeding kids that normally would get lunches at school, but they're not at school now.
Yep.
So for the next 2 or 3 weeks, plus spring break, so you got a 3-week span there where some kids maybe pick and choose where they get food where they can.
Yeah.
So now we've got this little trend going across our Southwest area, Southwest Georgia area that if the kid's not in school, he don't eat. Well, let's make it happen.
Yeah.
So yesterday, I know there was a church out of Pulgus that were doing lunches. I know the Kids and Cops today. I think all the way through Friday. If you're a school-age kid, you can go by the Decatur County. you can go by the Bainbridge Public Safety Office here on Louise Street, and they will give you a free sack lunch meal.
Sure will.
And and it's for school-age kids only. And let me tell you why. It's because you'll have some people that'll go in and say, "Get me about 4 lunches." And bring it back to the car. No, we don't want to do that. If you're a school-age kid and you're not able to, receive some kind of nourishment for today, go by the Kids and Cops. But in Albany, they're doing it. It wasn't a source of bringing the students a step closer to their education. Instead, it was a step of bringing them closer to a nutritious meal. The Dowdy County school systems and said, although COVID-19 is hindering the process to meet and educate, they're not ignoring the students. What they're doing is making them make sure that they get fed. Kawana Woods, daughter of Jana Woods, is a student in the Dowdy County school system. Kawana Woods talks about being grateful of the the Dowdy County school systems during the tough times. And this is coming from the WALB. This is great. It said a lot about our county, that they do care about the students. Kawana told WALB this yesterday. Both Kawana and Joanna, I think that's how you pronounce it, expressed their gratitude towards the school system's efforts to help low-income families with the meals throughout this, I guess the COVID time of year.
Yeah. Yep.
But they're saying this is going to last throughout the summer. And what we had talked about here off air was that maybe this might go all the way. These kids might not go back to school until next year.
Mm-hmm.
Here's our take on it here. We tell you wash your hands, make sure you got all that stuff good. Wash your hands, make sure you if you touch something, make sure you wipe it off or whatever. If you own a business, make sure that you do thorough cleaning.
Yep.
Wipe stuff down, spray some Lysol, do the things you do. Look it up online. What are the necessary steps and measurements that you need to take to go ahead and make sure that this is sanitary? If you're going to be open, if not, then I guess you don't need to worry about it, I don't guess. Right. But make sure that if you are feeling sick or signs of flu symptoms, or if you get a headache, you get a cough, stuff like that, make sure you quarantine yourself, call the doctor, do the necessary things that need to be done to get yourself some help.
Right.
I can drive myself to the hospital, so I guess I'm good. Well, students received breakfast with cereal and milk as well as lunch. And Joanna said that she couldn't be more appreciative of her school system and more appreciative of the things that she has seen. And I tell you what, this is a good thing, and I think that it's been doing good for not only the surrounding counties, but and we talked about this yesterday when they were telling me that the Kids and Cops thing were happening. I said, that is small town without a doubt.
Yeah.
No matter how you look at it, it is small town. It is something that you may see in a big city, but it doesn't have the small town feel. It's more of an organizational type thing if it is in a big city, because they don't know each other there like we do here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm sure they do. Let me rephrase that. They probably know their circle of friends, but in Bainbridge we know everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, most people, if you say you don't know somebody in Bainbridge, you either
you know them through
somebody. Yeah. I mean, there's an acquaintance somewhere that that triangle consists of. Yeah. And for us to be able to do that, I guarantee you those lunches yesterday at the Bainbridge Public Safety Office, as many lunches that they passed out yesterday, I guarantee you that they knew more than half of those kids there. You know what I mean? Or their parents, or their grandparents, or somebody down the line, they knew who they were. And what I think is so cool, and it's so whole town, And what I love about the small town feel is that those people, they're willing to stand out there, willing to come, and they're willing to help for people that they already know.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So that brings it a whole, gives it a whole nother perspective in life. Daniel Gooden works at the Dougherty County school systems. She said her love for the students gave her the energy boost she needed to keep providing these meals. I have a niece and nephews that are in the school system as we speak. They are at West Town Elementary. I'm not sure where that is. So doing this and knowing that they have a meal provided really makes me feel good inside that we can provide a meal through the Dougherty County school systems. We are going to make sure that we meet those needs, and we can because as a community, it takes a village to help kids and help raise kids. You don't know anything about any kids. You don't have any kids.
No, I don't.
Okay, that's good. Don't wait till you get. Here's some old man advice for you, son. Wait till you get about 30.
Oh, yeah, that's what my parents did.
Yeah, wait till you're about 30, 31, somewhere in there, 32. You've already kind of ran through your rambunctious 20s, and then in your latter 20s, that's when the mind starts changing. You're thinking, it's time for me to grow up now.
Yeah.
It's time for me to put the stuff away. Well, I didn't. I waited. I had kids early. Just speaking from experience. Trying to speak from experience, Ryan. Hey, from WALB, the Thomasville Fire and Rescue Team, up with the American Red Cross to help make homes safer, placing smoke alarms in homes, kicked off Red Cross Home Fire Preparedness Campaign. During the campaign, team members focused on their homes that may not have smoke alarms. Now, here's the problem with that. If there was something to happen, have you ever had a house fire?
No.
Okay. Have you ever had anything like stove catch on fire or something like that? Yeah.
Smoke up a little
Right.
bit.
Burnt something?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, people don't realize the importance of a smoke alarm, and the reason is because we really don't look at them.
Yeah.
And smoke in your house shouldn't happen every day. If it does, you've got a real problem.
A big problem.
Yeah. So you might want to fix that first. But smoke alarms are detectors. What they do is they detect smoke. We all know that. So what we need to do is understand that these things have batteries, and that there's a noise that's annoying that is probably made to be annoying, so that you can realize it's time to change out the battery.
Exactly.
Because it goes beep, and it will do that continuously until the battery just completely runs dead.
Yeah.
So. These are the small things that are life-preventing, saving measures that you can take to make yourself, live a little longer.
That's right.
Thus the coronavirus. Wash your hands. Real easy. Now, have you been catching yourself washing your hands a bunch?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, me too. I'm surprised that the hand sanitizer out there hasn't been emptied or stolen.
Came in here and raided it for his little bottles.
Did he
came up here
squirt?
and refilled them.
Did he really?
He did.
What a scally. What a worm. Hey, might as well if we're going to use it.
Might as well.
During the campaign, team members focus on older homes that may not have smoke alarms. They'd also discuss with people about the importance of having them installed. Officials say smoke alarms are the only thing that can provide an early notification. Well, we know that because it gives off a horrible noise. Part of the process is to actually devise a home. We want to get with the young children. They want to, I guess, educate them and let them understand that there is egress places. There are points of egress where you can get out. There's a different place. Every house should have a fire escape route or some type of knowledge. Okay, if the house catches on fire over here, we need to go here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And I was subject to a house fire one time.
Really?
Yes, I got up real late one night, and I opened my bedroom door, and my wife at the time was laying in the bed, and I was like, what is that smell? I said, it's horrible. What is that smell? Well, lo and behold, if I did not come to the air conditioner, and it was during the wintertime, and find out that my heater strips and coils were all smoking, I was like, what in the world?
Oh.
The whole air conditioner heater unit was on fire. Ooh. But it was just smoking real bad, and the kid's bedroom was right there. So the first thing I did was I let it keep smoking. I grabbed both of them up by the shirt, by their pajama shirts, jacked them out of the bed because Jocelyn was a baby at the time. She had slept in the crib in the room with me. I throw them out through the smoke and man to grab them. And so I went back to around the corner and pulled this door down. And when I did, it backdrafted and just flames came out and almost burnt me. And luckily, I shut the door.
Yeah.
Either way, it was a rental home that we were renting over in Dougherty County in Albany, because we were doing youth and music over there. And the next thing I know, the whole house is covered and we have no smoke alarm.
Oh, wow.
No smoke alarm, and it was a rental house, and I didn't think about it. From that day on, I've been real adamant about putting smoke alarms in houses because it is your first line of defense, period.
Yep.
While you're asleep, and most, I'm saying not all fires, but some fires happen at night where people ain't even up.
That's right. People leave the stove on.
People leave the stove on. And with my mom being, kind of incapacitated the way she is as far as wheelchairs and different things, she's limited to what she can do. But the greatest thing about that is that when, we can control how the rest of that fire is with a smoke alarm.
Yeah.
You get a smoke alarm, you get a small extinguisher, fire extinguisher, and put it there either under your sink. I don't know where the exact.
Yeah,
I think
we have it
under the sink. Is I know that there should be one. Any house should have a small fire extinguisher at least by the sink, or by the stove or somewhere. So I am very adamant, I would say, very, very militant about that. I think that's a better word, militant about that than most. Mark Harmon, the Thomasville Chief Building Officer, since we've been doing this campaign, we've had several kitchen fires where the residents fall asleep while cooking. They tell us that yes, the smoke alarm is what awakened them. Okay, see, there we go. See, Thomasville Fire and Rescue Interim Chief Tim Connell, Thomasville Fire Tim Connell said that the smoke alarm should always be checked twice a year. See, I didn't know that. During the daylight savings time. Oh, well, there we go. That's right. During the daylight savings time, twice a year, check your batteries. And, I don't know, is it too late when it starts beeping? Beep, beep, beep.
Not quite.
Not quite. But, yeah, but definitely could change it there. So, I am all about some fire alarm.
Yeah.
I'm all about fire safety. I'm all about, making sure that things are, up to par. So make sure your fire alarms, we just had daylight savings time. So if you have not changed your fire alarm battery, you might want to do that. I mean, pretty quick. Because if you don't, then next thing you know, you'll be like us in a fire. No, I'm just kidding.
Don't want that.
Don't want that. Hey, tune in with us. Keep hanging with us. We're going to hang out. We're going to socialize. We're going to talk sports. It's the Sack Lunch Show. Welcome back to the Sack Lunch Show. It is 10:33 across the beautiful plains of Southwest Georgia. Hey, we're going to talk a little bit about sports today. On the news, breaking story right now. Beep, 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 beep. Tom Brady, the GOAT, the greatest of all time. Tom Brady, with 4-time Super Bowl most valuable player.
6-time. Okay, never mind. Never mind.
3-time league MVP. How many Super Bowls does he have? 6. 4-time Super Bowl most valuable player, but 6 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
6 rings. 3-time league MVP. Brady has everything.
Yep.
He has he has it all.
Yeah.
I mean, he is one of those guys that has everything. The look. He's got the look. I mean, he's a handsome dude. I mean, I'm not trying to be funny or anything, but he married Giselle.
Yeah.
I mean, you ain't ugly.
That's true.
You ain't gonna be ugly and marry Giselle. I don't care how much money you got, because she's got her own bread too. So he's got a beautiful wife. He's got the look. He's got 6 Super Bowl rings.
Yeah.
6. I mean, he's already on the other hand.
Mm-hmm.
He's done everything possible known to man as far as a professional football playing quarterback, starting quarterback. He's done it all.
Yeah.
What else is there for him to do?
I don't know.
I mean, what else does he have to prove? What is he, 40, 30 something?
42.
Is he 42?
Yeah.
Okay, he's 42. What else do you want to do?
I don't know.
I mean, is there? And I'm trying to grab my head around there, grasp the concept of this, and I'm not in his shoes, so I don't know. So it's kind of a one-sided an opinion. But at 42, do I really want to be chased down by a kid that's 25 in the prime of his life?
Sounds like he wants to play till 45, for whatever reason.
I mean,
that is.
I know, but I'm just thinking, I knew when I was at 45, I wasn't ready to run up and down 100 yards.
No.
I wasn't ready to, try to look and back and forth. Your reflexes are not that great at that age.
Yeah.
I mean, not that they were, at 25.
Yeah.
So 23 or whatever, however, when he first started winning Super Bowls.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I know the Patriots are going to miss him. There'll probably be a mourning session.
I don't think we actually said that.
Yeah. Well, he's leaving.
Yeah.
He is leaving. Tom Brady is an NFL free agent for the first time in his career at the age of 42. The 6 Super Bowl rings. He said Tuesday morning that he is leaving the New England Patriots.
Wow.
I hear the sad songs already playing. Boy, there are some people crying.
Yes, they are.
In New England right now. They're in tears. But there are probably some that goes, it's about time for him to leave.
You
know what I mean? You can't stay that forever.
I was like 2 when he started playing. So, it might be time.
Good Lord, right? I was a mere child when he started playing.
Might be time.
He officially hits the league's open market Wednesday, which is tomorrow, but could reach an agreement with another team on Tuesday. And he's not revealing no secrets yet.
Nope, not yet.
So, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Breaking news right out of New England. Tom Brady is no longer going to be a New England Patriot.
Yep.
What are they going to do?
Who knows?
Without the go, I mean, I'm sure Belichick would be like, well, it don't matter. He'll probably cheat and find somebody else anyway. So.
Oh, yeah.
He's probably got video on some kid right now. He's got some guy sitting in the stands at high school with a video camera, videoing some kid, watching him play. And, I don't know. Belichick's he's a little weaselly.
Yeah.
To me, anyway. I mean, I think he's a great dude, I guess. I don't know him personally. Me and Bill never hung out, so.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, but I know for a fact that he has been caught cheating, and so has Tom. Tom has been caught cheating, but we didn't ever do anything about that, did we?
Not really.
He has it all. Just like I said. See, there it is again. He don't even get in trouble.
Nope.
When something goes wrong. That's when you have it all.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yep.
But he is no longer going to be a New England Patriot. I'm sorry to say that to you folks out there in the sports world. who enjoys Tom Brady dismantling defenses. Well, guess what? He'll be dismantling defenses from somewhere else other than New England.
I think he already knows where he's going to go.
Oh, he does.
He just can't say
I think he had that mix in the make a long time ago, before the seasons I think was ended. I think so. I don't think he's just all of a sudden, I think I'm just going to go here. Yeah, Tom don't look like the type of brother that just off a whim. He looks precise. Even the way he dresses, the way where he lives, the way way he does. He's a very precise brother. He's a quarterback. You got to be precise. Yeah. So he lives that precise life.
I hope it's just not a Brett Favre at Minnesota type thing.
God, if it is, man,
that's just sad. Just retire.
Just you know what? You've got a beautiful wife. You've got kids. I'm sure you've got other stuff going on. Yeah. It ain't just football. Yeah. He's not just doing football. I guarantee you, that ain't his only business. I'm sure he's got other businesses in his repertoire of businesses. But I do also know this. I know that he's up there in years, man, for quarterback. 42 is, he's not running up and down that field at, sprint speed like he used to.
I saw that he was the only 42-year-old player ever to start in every game of the season.
Wow. I mean, he may be healthy as a horse. I don't know. He may be that unimpenetrable guy that could go on forever, but I don't see it.
No.
I didn't see it this past year. He had flaws in his game, and his run game he's a pocket passer.
Yeah.
He ain't running. No.
He no California stuff.
No, he's not doing the California run and gun for sure. And the thing and the bad thing about that is that he's got, they're generating this offense around Tom, because he can't run.
Yeah.
So it's either you hand the ball off or you guys protect me to the point where I can spend all day back there and throw it. And he's had it, son.
Yeah.
He has never been chased down more so than he has this past year.
Yeah, that's right.
And I solely 100% believe that. And, I hope the best for him. But anyway, see ya, Tom. Already gone. He ain't even left. Hey, DeAndre Hopkins at the Arizona Cardinals are going to go to Houston. Is that what that's saying?
No, DeAndre Hopkins was
at Houston. He's going to the Cardinals.
He was traded.
He was traded to the Arizona Cardinals. Wow. David Johnson to the Houston Texans from Arizona. Not too sure how good of a trade that was. The Arizona Cardinals have acquired 3 all-time all-time pro receiver DeAndre Hopkins in a trade that will send running back David Johnson to the draft pick and draft picks to the Houston Texans. A person familiar with the situation told the Associated Press the person spoke to the AP on the condition of anatomy. Anonymity. Or what does that say? Anonymity. I sound like, what's it called?
The anonymity.
Yeah, what's the...
From Finding Nemo.
Finding Nemo. What was that? Oh, it's Nemo. Anonymity. Yeah. But on Monday, on March 16th of 2020, because the trade hasn't been officially announced. Well, it is now.
I saw a little bit about this on ESPN. It didn't sound like anybody liked the trade.
Right. Well, and here's the bad thing about this. I don't know if do the coaches have permission in trade talks?
It depends on the team. Sometimes
right.
Sometimes they give the coach
because I would think
a lot of leeway.
Yeah, because I would think he's the guy that most knows the best option for the kid. You know what I mean? Or because he's coached him.
Yeah.
So I would always think that the coach may have let the coach have a little say in it. At least say, hey, this guy's not going to work out for this system that we're using. Or this guy is going to be absolutely perfect for the system that we're using. How are we gonna control? But if nobody wants to trade,
so I mean, I think it was the general manager in this case.
Sounds like
that made it terrible.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like that nobody's too happy with it. Stephon Diggs goes to the Buffalo Bills from Minnesota.
Exchange for 4 draft picks.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. That seems a little steep. Stephon Diggs is exchanged for the 4 draft picks in a trade with Minnesota. So I think that's a little too much. 4 draft picks.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of draft picks. They definitely have high hopes on Stephon. Marcus Mariota, we all remember him. Quarterback. He was from what, Hawaii?
Oregon.
He is being. He's provided a.
He was a free agent to the Las Vegas Raiders.
The Las Vegas Raiders.
I'm still not used to that.
It's kind of hard to say.
Yeah.
I'm used to saying Oakland.
Yeah.
The Las Vegas Raiders. I guess we'll just have to get accustomed to saying it because it just doesn't sound too good. A person familiar with the deal said Monday the Raiders reached the deal with the former number 2 overall pick in the 2015 draft. The person spoke on the conditions of anonymity because the deal can't be signed until the start of the league year that's on Wednesday. See, there's a lot of different rules here that I don't really get, and the general public just don't know because we don't really pay attention to the smaller rule. You know, they have they have
the trade deadlines.
The trade deadlines, and you got to have this certain thing, and you got to have that, or it's just there's a lot of. Whoever's writing up these contracts, I don't know. They got to be sitting in the corner going, okay, let's think of something else to say.
Oh, they have to have lawyers, I'm sure.
Oh, gosh. I guarantee you there's probably 5 or 6 lawyers on top of this thing here. But I just don't understand I guess the logistics behind the whole entire thing because there are some small rules in there that I didn't even know the league year started on Wednesday. You know what I mean? It's just little things that you don't really realize. We get the big picture from, of course, the news media. We get from ESPN, we get it from, the ESPNnews.com, whatever. We get those because that's, I guess that's their job is to give us that. But all those small rules are a little different. Free agent Byron Jones is going to the Miami Dolphins. Yay. I guess that's good. Has agreed to a 5-year contract worth more than $76.5 million with the Miami Dolphins, which makes him the NFL's highest-paid cornerback.
A little bit more money than I thought it might.
That's a lot more money than I thought that was going to be. $76.5 million.
Y'all got a lot of money down there.
Well, we ain't winning nothing.
It ain't working.
It ain't working.
Got it.
We ain't got we need a quarterback. We need a quarterback that's about 6'5", that can throw the ball 70 yards, that can run.
Don't we all?
I mean, yeah, Joe, Mr. Burrow, if you're listening, the Miami Dolphins really need you, man. I don't even know if Burrow could do anything with that team right now, to be honest with you. I really don't. I don't think he could take them to a playoff.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. If they don't find some offensive linemen, we're all in trouble. Yeah. I mean, it's going to be like the Florida State quarterback last year. They just ran him all the way down.
Yeah,
poor old fella. The free agent, Eric Flowers, went to the Miami Dolphins from Washington. Offensive lineman, here we go. This is what we needed. Offensive lineman, Eric Flowers has agreed to terms on a $30 million, 3-year contract with the Miami Dolphins Monday. I'm ecstatic about that. And Shaq LaShawn came to the Dolphins from Buffalo Bills. See, we're getting, we need all these people. We need probably 5 million more people to come over there. A person familiar with the negotiations said the defensive end Shaq Lawson has agreed to a $30 million 3-year contract with the Miami Dolphins, and we are looking forward to that. We need some more defense. We need some more offense. We need a quarterback.
You just need a new team.
We need a whole new team. We need a new coach. We need uniforms.
Come to the Packers.
Yeah, I need to. We got so many good teams in Florida, though. We got, Miami Dolphins. They're decent on the bottom part end of the spectrum.
Yeah. I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't know about that either. You got the Bucks.
Don't know about that.
Don't see them do anything either.
It's not a good, I don't know, couple years for Florida
I know,
football.
Man. It's horrible. Even in the college ranks.
Yeah.
Our college football teams, when it comes to the best thing you got in Florida is Florida and maybe UCF,
Yeah, that's good.
There should be multiple teams in the Florida Panhandle and in down the bottom part of Florida. To me, because Florida is sunshine all year long. These kids are practicing every day.
Yeah.
They grow up playing the sport all year long, to whereas in the north, the north part of the United States, you can't do that all year long.
That's right.
Unless you do it inside, So, my opinion, I think the Floridas, the Georgia, Florida, Alabama, the Texases, and all that places that keep the sunshine bright all year long, where we can play football year round, those states should be the most prevalent states of pro football.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We should
College
have
football too.
College, pro, all these states down here in the South, East, in the Mid-South, should be the ones that are running the gauntlet.
Well,
it's not New England. It should not be the northern states.
No.
It should be the southern states.
To me, especially in college football, if one of the three Florida teams, the three big Florida teams, are not competing for the national championship,
right,
it's a bad year for Florida.
It is. It is a horrible year for Florida.
With the history of Miami, Florida State, Florida, one of those three teams should be in the national.
They should be in the hunt for it at least. If not two
of them should be in the hunt. One of them should be in it.
Right. Like I say, two of them should be at least in the hunt, and then one of them should be dead in the middle of it. But we haven't had that in the last couple of years. Since the 80s in Miami, I know. The 80s are, 2001, yeah. But we didn't have that.
Y'all didn't have that Miami.
That swag, they were scared to play us type situation. Now everybody's looking at us like, there's a win on the schedule. It's horrible.
We'll go down to Miami, have a vacation.
We'll go party.
We'll have a little football game.
Yeah. We eat some Cuban food, go down there, hang out, and win a game at the same time. I don't know.
Georgia Tech included.
But I think, Alabama has stayed current, and even their, little lower colleges than that, the colleges that are under the Alabamas, the Auburns, the Troys, Division II schools. They're even doing good in Alabama. Those schools are even doing good down in Florida, Division II schools. But what we have seen that the last couple of years, all our D1 schools, man, in Florida they've been struggling. Florida State struggled. Miami's for sure struggled. Been struggling for years. And I'm still a fan. Don't get me wrong. I'm a fan of Florida State too. Until they play Miami, then of course I'm a Miami fan. But like I said the other day, most of my friends are Florida State fans. Yeah. So and I really had no choice because growing up here in Bainbridge, it's Florida State or Georgia.
That's right.
Predominantly Florida State or Georgia. And then you got folks that like Georgia Tech, and then you have folks that like, Georgia Southern, Alabama. You got a lot of different college teams here, Auburn, Alabama, here. But I still think as a precedence that needs to be set, the southern states every year, and I know we do, we had LSU, we had Alabama, those. Clemson. But I'm talking about the southeastern states, to where football is life in Florida. Football is life in Georgia, in the southwest, southeast and west part of Georgia. Football is life, and I really think that if we're, and I think Kirby's doing a great job of getting it back on point. Kirby and we'll see what happens. I just think we should be in the mix all the time, every year. At the bottom of that, coming to top four, going into playoffs, there should be 2 Florida teams in there somewhere. Yeah. We're going to take a quick break. This song goes out to all you Tom Brady fans. He's already gone. Welcome back to the Sack Lunch Show. It is 10:06. 80, does that say 81?
That's what it says.
It says 81 degrees.
Like that,
I love it. You don't like hot weather, man?
no.
Come on, Rhino.
I like cold weather.
Ryan the Magnificent likes cold weather?
Yes.
No.
Ryan does.
Right? Yes, he does. Hey, we are the Sack Lunch Show, and we are brought to you today by David White and the gang at Cook's Appliances, the Bonnie Blue House, Dean Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, H&R Block in Bainbridge and in Donaldsonville and Blakely, ABAC in Bainbridge, Stewart Auto Parts, B3 Property Management, United Rentals, and the Nomad Nurse.
Also, Bell Payne Attorneys at Law, Brownlee Glass Company, Carter's Fried Chicken, Dr. Homer Breckenridge III, Hadaway Ford, Bernie's Transmission Specialist, and Stone's Home Center.
And don't forget Specialty Auto, home of the Yes Man, Bainbridge DUI School, Dixie Dandy, Southern Harvest Equipment, Mitchell County, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, CNR Parts and Auto Body, South Georgia Motorsports.
And New South Roofing, Grassy Cuts, Seminole Hydraulics, Silvis, Ambrose, Lindquist & Co., Westwood Schools, Hills Stump Grinding, Lane's Medical Shop, and Studio Tees.
And now it's time for the best part of the show, what we love the most, what we care about the most. It's time for Tell Me Something Good. Rhino, give us a little something good, brother.
Well, it's coronavirus related.
Okay,
That don't surprise you.
Nah, it don't surprise me.
But it's good.
Okay.
Good is good. For Chef Jose Andre and his charity have been praised for feeding the world's most vulnerable people. And now he's turning his own 5-star restaurants into food kitchens for families who may be having trouble making ends meet during the COVID-19 outbreak.
That's cool.
So he has 5-star restaurants that he's turned into food kitchens.
Hey.
Anybody can come in, and you can pay $7 for the meal. If you can afford it, you can pay $7.
Right.
Get a great meal. If you can't afford the $7, if you're that bad off,
Right.
they'll give you a meal anyway.
Hey, that sounds like a 5-star restaurant, free meal.
Yeah,
just count me in.
It's he's got restaurants. Looks like he's got 8 restaurants.
Wow.
DC and New York City. I guess some other places. I don't know. It doesn't say, but
DC and New York.
yeah. Oh, here's some: Little Rock, Arkansas, San Francisco.
Wow.
Everywhere, and plenty of poor people to feed.
Plenty of people to feed.
Yeah, people not being able to work and stuff.
Right.
Go get it. I mean, dang, 5-star meal. Right there, $7.
Hey, I'll take it. I'll take it. That has been your good news story for today. Brought to you today brought from you or to you by Rhino, the Magnificent. That is our Tell Me Something Good News story. We need some good news told every day.
We really do.
I mean, it's getting to the point where it's pretty bad. But now it's time for your Southwest Georgia area news, brought to you by Action GM. 0% for 84 months and no payments for 4 months right now at Action GM. Includes all 2019 models. That's right. You heard what I said. All 2019 models right here at Action GM. 0% financing for 84 months and no payment for 4 months. So you get to ride around in free car, smelling off new car smell and everything for 4 months without worrying about a payment.
Did you say all 2019 models?
All 2019 models are included in this.
For 0%.
0% for 84 months and no payments for 4 months right now at Action GM.
What are we still sitting here for?
I know, right?
Let's go get it.
Hey, the 2020 is the Chevrolet Silverado, the Trax, and the Equinox. Also applies to the 2020 GMC Sierra and Terran, and also the Buick Encore.
Man.
That's a 2020. That's this year's car.
This year?
0% for 84 months.
That's a lot of months.
That's a long time. 84 months. 24 is 2.
Yeah.
24 more is 84.
Yeah. There you go.
That's 4 years.
Yeah.
4 years of 0% financing for 4 years. 84 months. No payments for 4. Where in the world are you going to find that deal? Nowhere. But America, your favorite neighbor right here, Southwest Georgia's favorite neighbor.
That's 7 years.
7 years?
7 years is 0%.
Oh, that's right.
84 times. Divided
By 12?
7.
Yeah, 7. Man,
Listen,
my math was off.
you can have what, like a second grader? in that time?
Man, I believe so. You can do all kinds. You should be able to pay for that jug about it. So. They are our Southwest Georgia's favorite neighbor is right. They are so good over there at Action GM. We appreciate them so much. Mr. Randy, Mr. Clayton over there doing their thing. Hey, now it's time for your South Georgia area news brought to you today by Action GM. In Leesburg, Georgia, a standoff that started early Monday morning and lasted well into the afternoon ended in an arrest, according to the Lewis Harris, the Lee County Sheriff's Office Chief Deputy. Baleen Oswald, 44, was charged with criminal damage to property, aggravated assault, terroristic threats, and third-degree cruelty to children. Harris said the incident, which happened on the 200 block of Brightwater Drive, was a domestic incident, and he said Oswald was drinking alcohol. Well, how did we know that was going to be involved? Harris said the law enforcement was able to get 3 family members out of the house, and Oswald then barricaded himself. Harris also said he said the suspect pointed a gun at a family member and at the deputies. The incident turned standoff started around 7:30 a.m. We worked until 3:15 that afternoon. Man, that is a long time.
Wow.
We were able to apprehend him, Harris said. Oswald will have his first appearance in front of a judge at 11 a.m. on Tuesday, which is today. Harris said the Georgia Bureau of Investigation bomb squad and the Lowndes County SWAT team assisted in the incident. That is brought to you by WALB News.
That was a bad guy.
Do you really think you're going to win on a standoff?
No.
I don't think so.
No, this ain't the Wild West.
Yeah, this ain't.
If you're in a standoff with the police,
yeah, you're going to lose.
You're going to lose.
Yeah, because there's a lot more of them than there are of you.
Yeah.
And there's only really one of you.
Yeah.
So just throw the flag out the window. Wave the white flag. Come on out.
Yeah.
Do your thing. Spit, rip, roar, and say ugly words, but you still going to jail.
Yeah, you're going to go to jail.
Hey, we got a good one right here. This is from Bainbridge. We're going to talk about a awesome person, Miss Tynice Butler. Now, didn't you say she taught you school?
She sure did, Miss Butler out
Miss
there.
Butler.
I love Miss Butler.
Yeah, is now being heralded as a hero after saving a student from choking during school breakfast last week. Butler said the school was serving small bagged pancakes to the students that morning when the child lost track of time and began to scarf the meal down too quickly. I've seen that happen with my son. He's done that before. Butler said the child arrived and was socializing with friends when it became time for school to begin with the question of the day. Butler explained what school has been doing rewards as they prepared for the Georgia Milestone Assessment. So Butler was in the middle of reading the question when the students alerted her that a young boy named Eli was choking. When I looked up, Eli was standing up, beating on the wall, trying to gain our attention because he was so engrossed in our question of the day. Butler said he never lost consciousness. His face was just turning very red. Butler rushed over and turned Eli around and began the training she received for the Heimlich maneuver. Prior to teaching, Butler worked at a hospital and said she had known the maneuver for almost 20 years, but never imagined she would have to actually perform it. It was like an out-of-body experience, Butler said. I didn't feel like I was really doing this. And let me stop right there and say I can sympathize with this because I've seen my son, Jalen. We were at a birthday party, and they had cut up the hot dogs. Mm-hmm. Well, Jalen, he was a big kid. He's an eater. Yep. He didn't eat a lot of sweets. His favorite food at 2 or 3 was like chicken and broccoli or something. He didn't like sweets. So he would eat, food. And the next thing I know, I look over there, and he's got his own hand in his throat trying to pull the hot dog out. He had took a bunch of the smaller round ones and tried to eat them, and one of them they got stuck.
Oh.
Well, at this point, he's turning actually physically blue.
Yeah.
So I freaked out. I jump up, I grab him, put him on the chair, try to do the Heimlich. That wasn't working. My wife at the time, she was no help. She screams and runs off into the room, screaming, "Oh, Lord, help us." And I said, "No, I need help now." Yeah. Unless he comes and grabs his hot dog. Well, luckily, Amanda's father, my father-in-law at the time, J.W. Crumley, ran in there, and he had worked with Georgia Power for all his life, as far as I know. and he hits him one time in the stomach, hits him again, and the two, not one, but two hot dogs come flying out of his, the pieces of the hot dog come flying out of his mouth. And, of course, he was able to breathe. At that point, I freaked out.
Yeah.
I'm like, do I cut his throat and get it out? I mean, you see all these movies and think. And by the time we would have got to the hospital, he'd have never made it.
Oh, no.
No, he was already at that point because we were not paying attention. It's a birthday party. He's over there woofing down hot dogs. Next thing I know, he's blue.
Yeah.
I mean, the color of your headphones blue.
Yeah.
So I'm like, uh-oh, we got a problem.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, the Lord spared us that, thank God. But, Miss Butler, while performed a Heimlich, students ran to get the nurse, Miss Lynn, and Miss Lynn said she was very proud of Miss Butler, who responded well in this situation. I think it was just, she said, I think I was just scared as he was, but seeing the faces on the other students in the classroom, I knew I had to do something. Butler she stayed calm, and she said she also, the part of a first responder team at the BMS, the Bainbridge Middle School, so she knew she had to stay calm. She, along with several other teachers and nurses, attended to CPR and other training to help medical emergencies. Lynn said after the incident, she believes everyone should be trained in CPR. I agree. And the Heimlich maneuver, I also agree. Regardless if they are on the first responder team or not, going forward, they have not discussed if every teacher will have to take these classes in medical training, which they should.
They should.
Every teacher, every person, I would say this, every person known to man should have a CPR course under their belt just for safety purposes.
Yeah.
Period. I think it's part of a program, and it's definitely part of a plan. To keep people safe, keep people out of harm's reach. I think it is. She said the experience just really changed me, Butler said. It makes you thankful for each and every day of your life. The students expressed to Lynn she was very thankful to Miss Butler, although she was a little shaken up, but she felt better and continued to practice in her regularly scheduled activities throughout the rest of the day. She was able to keep it all together throughout the the rest of the day, and that's pretty good.
Yeah,
I hail in comparison to her, because I don't know. I think I would have freaked out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I would have been like, help!
Yeah.
The boy's checking. Hey, BK helped a kid one time in the parking lot of Winn-Dixie. The kid was choking on, I think, a quarter or a 50-cent piece or something. I can't remember exactly. It was a piece of currency anyway. Mm-hmm. And the lady started freaking out, and BK was the manager there at the Winn-Dixie here a long time ago, and ran outside and grabbed the kid by the leg, by the two legs, and hit him one time like that, and the coin came out.
How about that?
Saved the guy in the parking lot there at Winn-Dixie. He sure did. That was one of the miracle days. Like I said, I don't know. I don't know if I could. I don't know.
Yeah, you just don't know if you're good. You would do
I'm
you're
serious.
in that situation.
Until you're there. You're exactly right. You really just don't know how things are going to turn out. It's scary.
Yeah.
It is absolutely scary. From Albany at WMD Monday, the big yellow school bus wasn't the source of bringing students one step closer to their education. Instead, it was the source of the nutritional meal. The Dowdy County school system said, although the COVID-19 is hindering their process to meet and educate, they aren't ignoring the duties to make the students and to make sure that students are fed. Kawanda, good one. Kawanda Woods, daughter of Joanna Woods, is a student at the Dowdy County school system. Kawanda Woods said, talking about being grateful for the Dowdy County school systems during the tough times, reported WALB. This is great, and it says a lot about our county, and that they do care about the students and the kids. I think that's a great idea for all the school systems, even though the schools are not being utilized right now due to the COVID-19 coronavirus. We all understand and know that, but we also know that our schools do care, and the people do care. Churches care. There is a lot of things that are going on. The Baby's Public Safety cares. They're doing the Kids and Cops are doing meals for them all week long from 12 to 1 there at the Baby's Public Safety. Of course, all the Dowdy County school systems are doing it. They're starting to serve lunches there for the kids who are not going to be able to eat lunch because they're not in school. And so I think that is an awesome, awesome idea. There is nothing better than these kids being able to receive some type of nourishment And I am all about it. I think it's an awesome idea. You know, I don't know. What do you think? You think that this is something that should be done?
Yeah, of course.
Because I've had some people go, well, I don't know. I don't know if it's the right thing to do.
I mean, they already have the money.
I mean,
like they already have the funding for the school bus.
It's
they
already
have
there.
This funding for the food.
Right.
Like,
right. I don't know.
There's no reason that they shouldn't.
There's no reason. You know what? That brings up a great idea too. Should they do school lunches and pick the kids up? Be a little tough.
Be a little tough.
That'd be a little tough. Pick them up and drop them off at 1.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, no.
No, that'd be much more.
That'd be such a tragedy. I swear. Oh man. But I appreciate the Bama's Public Safety here that they're doing their job to make sure that that the schools are getting, or the kids that are getting fed. I mean, hats off to the first responders, man.
Yeah,
they're doing their thing, and we appreciate them. They're such good people. Wait a minute, what'd I do? Oh, here we go. This is for all you Tom Brady fans. It was a long train running.
You really on it, Mark?
I'm on it today, boy. It's a long train running. But guess what? The train's coming to the stop, coming to the depot, and guess who's getting off? The GOAT. Tom Brady's getting off. Hey, he is leaving the Patriots, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, it's a good day in the neighborhood. It's a Sack Lunch Show. Welcome back to the Sack Lunch Show. If you think Tom Brady's staying in, you're living in a material world.
Man,
I couldn't help it.
you are harsh on.
I'm hard on it today, man. I've heard so much about Tom Brady my entire life. I'm sick of it. But I wish he would go to the Miami Dolphins.
I've heard all about it too.
My
entire life, Johnny.
I tell you, man. As far as him being a person, he's the real deal. He's a good dude. I mean, like I said, I don't know him personally. I mean, me and Tom don't hang out.
No.
I mean, if we did, I would be balling. You know what I'm saying?
Probably wouldn't be making these here jokes about
No, I would not be making no jokes about Tom because he would be my homeboy then. But me and Tom don't know each other.
You are saying the Dolphins do need a quarterback.
Hey, the Dolphins need a QB, Tom.
What better place to retire than Miami?
I mean, sun, sand, your wife's from Brazil.
Yeah.
I mean, like you never left home.
Yeah.
I
I don't see why not.
I mean, it smells like a good fit to me.
Yeah.
Not that it's going to happen, but yeah. He likes to play in the cold anyway.
The biggest issue there is Miami's players.
Yeah. Biggest issue there is
the stopping factor.
Yeah. The biggest issue there is the rest of the team. We just got a new cornerback, though.
Yeah.
Not cornerback. If you haven't heard already, the 42-year-old quarterback. Oh, this is going to be the news portion. Sorry. My bad. Tom Brady is an NFL free agent for the first time in his career, and the 42-year-old quarterback with 6 Super Bowl rings said Tuesday morning in a tweet, he's leaving. That's why you heard what I said. He's leaving the New England Patriots.
Gone.
Gone. Stone is rolled back. Gone. Oh, man. He officially hits the league's open market Wednesday, but could reach an agreement with another team at least by today.
Yeah, it's already.
It's already in the play. Tom, you ain't fooling nobody. You're not tricking us. We know what the real deal is, Tom. You gone. And if you go from New England, you think he's going to stay in the northern part of the United States?
So.
I don't think so either. I would after as many seasons as he's been in that cold, frigid, middle of the nowhere, it's too cold there.
Yeah.
I know who would be upset. I know who's going to be upset. Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, yeah.
Mark Wahlberg's going to be a mad brother.
Yes, he is.
He loves the New England Patriots. But, all good things must come to an end. And the reign of Tom Brady at New England, the GOAT, is gone.
Yeah.
Sorry to say, I hate for you guys that are Tom Brady fans and New England Patriot fans. We've got a lot of New England Patriot fans here in Bainbridge.
Well, we got them all. They're all over.
Yeah.
They
are. They are. They're everywhere. Well, we've got some serious trade agreements and trades that are going on in the NFL. Seems we don't have any more sports to talk about. We don't have any college sports. We don't have anything to talk about. So, what we're going to do is we're going to run down this list of trade options. DeAndre Hopkins is going to the Arizona Cardinals from Houston. Now, I think that is going to put Arizona on the map.
Yeah, good for the Cardinals, bad for Houston.
Bad for Houston. He's a great receiver. He's a 3-time Pro Bowler. And let's see, Hopkins is in a trade that will send running back David Johnson to draft picks to Houston.
I don't know who David Johnson is.
Not sure who he is either. But this is all supposed to go down was supposed to go down as of Monday. Also, Stephon Diggs, if you know him, has been traded to the Buffalo Bills from Minnesota. He went from one snow cap mountain to another.
Kind of sent him up there to the middle of nowhere.
I mean,
what's in Buffalo?
Snow.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. Snow and more snow.
Wintertime gets 60 degrees, or summertime gets 60 degrees.
That's just not my cup of tea at all. I envy those. No, I don't envy you. I don't envy you at all. I respect those that can live in that climate.
Yeah.
Because I can't. I mean, I would stay sick. I would, I ain't big, but I ain't got enough body fat to keep me warm.
I don't either. But,
yeah, I mean,
I like the cold. I mean, I don't know. I went ice fishing one time.
Did you?
Yeah,
Like literally cut the hole in it?
Cut the hole in it in the ice.
Really?
Put the line in there.
No
I
way.
even drove. You know, it's a huge lake.
Right, but it's frozen 5 foot
but
thick.
It's frozen.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So at least like a foot and a half thick. So you can drive on it.
Really?
And we drove in like a Yukon.
Yeah.
I mean, pretty heavy.
Right.
And you can hear that ice crack. Like you ever watched the show Ice Road Truckers?
Yeah.
And you just hear that.
Yeah.
Like the show don't do it justice. Like when you hear the car driving over the ice and you just hear it's like a shotgun. It's just like
really
like out there. Yeah.
Yeah, I would have never got on that.
And it's not like one car either. It's like you're following other vehicles out there because everybody's on the lake. Yeah.
There ain't no way.
And it just so happened that the day I went, it was like the coldest day of the year.
Come on, Ryan, we'll be hot.
It was like -40.
Wow.
On that ice. Yeah, I mean, there's no trees. Stop the wind.
I mean, no, you're out there.
It's just wind and ice.
Wind.
We had a buddy heater on the ice. Like you just set it there, and it was no problem because the ice, even with the heater, would just freeze back.
Right.
It was crazy. It was
really
coldest I've ever been. Will be. There's no comparison now.
There, yeah.
After that,
yeah.
It's all.
You couldn't have put enough layers of clothes on me to save me from that. There ain't. I would have been able to get in the car. You couldn't have buckled the seatbelt around me. I would have been like, okay, guys, y'all ready? There's no way. I'm not that type of person. I think I'm getting sick right now. Just thinking about being out there in the middle of nowhere with no trees. Not only no trees, but nowhere to go. Yeah. There's no help.
No.
If something were to happen.
No, and you can see the cracks in the ice.
Yeah, no.
Like they're just there, and nobody cares.
Yeah.
You just.
How many people fall in the ice during the year?
Oh, you really can't fall in like as thick as that ice is. It won't happen.
Right.
Like it's a whole auger like that. That's the hole in the ice.
Right. So you got it takes a good little bit to get through there.
Yeah. I mean, it's not worth the like. We didn't catch a fish.
It's not worth it.
We sat out there for like 4 hours. Didn't catch a fish.
Oh no, I'm not sitting out there for 4 hours. No, sir. There ain't no way. Hey, if you remember Marcus Mariota, he was from Oregon.
Yep.
He is going to the Los Angeles Raiders.
Las Vegas Raiders.
Oh, that's right, Las Vegas Raiders. Why do I keep saying? Because they were L.A. Raiders.
Oh, they were Oakland.
Oakland, man, it's California.
You're thinking of L.A. Rams.
That's it. The Rams. The other team.
Yeah,
so he is going. Marcus Mariota is going to the Las Vegas Raiders, and Byron Jones is going back to the Dolphins from Dallas. Yay! That? We're getting some people back. He just signed a 5-year contract worth $76.5 million. So he's the highest paid cornerback, not cornerback. We're also getting Eric Flowers to Miami. He's coming from Washington. He signed a $30 million 3-year contract with the Miami Dolphins Monday. LaShawn to Miami Dolphins from Buffalo. Shaq Lawson to the Miami Dolphins from Buffalo. He signed a $30 million 3-year deal with the Dolphins. So we're getting we're getting a defensive end. We're getting a cornerback. And if I'm not mistaken, an offensive lineman. Yeah, well, we starting one piece at a time, I guess.
I hope it works out.
It probably won't. Poor old Dolphins. The 49ers have traded the defensive tackle DeForest Buckner. That's it. Spelled it wrong. To the Indianapolis Colts for a number 13 pick in this year's draft. Why would it be number 13? I guess that's the way he fell in the draft.
That must be just the one they had.
I guess so. Receiver's new contract worth $21 million a year from the Colts. $21 million a year.
Ooh.
Wow.
That's a lot of bread.
That's a lot of money. Free agent Hayden Hurst is going to Atlanta from Baltimore. Hayden Hurst is from Baltimore Ravens. I don't know. The deal they didn't tell the Associated Press what kind of deal he signed, but he's a tight end that the Atlanta Falcons acquired, and his name is Hayden Hurst. Do you know him?
I do not.
I don't know him.
But speaking of the Falcons, I think they just let go of Devontae Freeman.
Oh,
I think.
well, probably. George Fant.
George Fant.
Is going to the New York Jets from Seattle. Don't know him too good. He signed a $30 million contract for 3 years. ESPN's first reported that the Jets' agreement with France, saying that includes $13.7 million in guaranteed money.
Guaranteed.
What were we doing wrong, right? Well, we didn't play football in school.
Yeah, we didn't play football.
I guess that's a problem. West, how you pronounce that last name? Schweitzer?
Schweitzer.
Schweitzer?
Yeah.
He's going to the Washington Redskins from Atlanta. Doesn't given a disclosed amount. He is actually figures to compete for the starting left guard job as Washington replaces Eric Flowers,
who went to Miami.
Brandon Sheffer is a straight right guard. He's headed over there. It's his fourth NFL season after spending the first 3 with the Atlanta Falcons. So he's been at the Falcons debacle for the last 4 years. Kyle Van Noy is going to the Miami Dolphins from New England. What?
There you go.
Hey, he signed a $51 million four-year contract with the Miami Dolphins. He confirmed a deal with his conditions of anonymity because the NFL signing period hasn't begun, which is all just a bunch of words put on a piece of paper. Doesn't make any sense. 15.5 sacks, including his high career of 6.5 last year. That's what he's got. So evidently he's a defensive lineman.
Linebacker.
Is he? That's right. He is a linebacker. Okay, I didn't even see that. He pass rushed that finished the last in the NFL of 2019 with 23 sacks. Wow.
Yeah. Look, I'd like to say it's looking up for Miami because they got some players, but
yeah, well,
can't get worse.
I mean, it could. We couldn't win a game, which we almost did. We almost didn't win a game. Oh, it was horrible. Let's see who I say. Justin Burris is going to the Carolina Panthers from Cleveland. He is heading that way. Let's see what he signed. No
immediate terms.
No immediate terms yet. Yeah. So, well, good luck with that, Justin.
We got Stephen Weatherly. He is a defensive end, and he will be going to the Carolina Panthers.
Right.
From Minnesota.
He is happy to leave Minnesota, I think.
He said, I'm getting the warmer weather.
Yeah, man.
It don't have to stop snowing completely.
Yeah.
But it's got to get warm here in the wintertime.
Come on. Could you imagine playing like at Lambeau or...
I'm a Packers fan, so Lambeau's a dream.
Well, that's true.
But in the snow, no.
Because you know what I used to hear? It was older football players, I guess, back in the 60s, 70s, and early 80s. They would say that the Lambeau field would freeze.
Yeah.
Up under the grass, it would get so cold that the field would freeze, and you'd have to just step. It's like stepping on ice. They change their cleats out. They do all kind of different things.
No doubt.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it because it even looks cold.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It looks freezing cold.
Yeah.
Hey, stay with us. We're going to play a few more bills, and then we're going to come back and close up the Sack Lunch Show. It is 11:40. Did I say 6?
46.
46, right here across the beautiful fruity plains of Southwest Georgia. And we're so glad you're tuned in with us. Hey, I'm going to stick with the theme. The goodbye Tom Brady.
Goodbye Tom Brady.
Yeah, goodbye.
I don't know if you watch The Office, but do you ever watch that?
I do.
You know the goodbye Toby?
Yeah.
Goodbye Brady.
Goodbye Brady. It's a Sack Lunch Show. Stay tuned. Hey, welcome back to the Sack Lunch Show. It is 11:54, getting ready to close her down. Hey, got a few announcements for you before we cut off the air. Listen, the Beards for Benefits has been running on our community calendar. The event has been canceled. So if you were part of the Beards for Benefits, it's a turkey hunt for some kids. If you're a part of that, or if you're going to be a part of that, just know that it has been canceled. The Beards for Benefits turkey shoot and hunt and concert and all that other stuff has been canceled. They will not be hosting that this year. Also, don't forget, hey, everything's closed, but guess what ain't closed? The Piggly Wiggly over in Dawsonville. April the 10th, we're going to be doing a live remote there in Deville from 3:30 to 5:30. And on March the 20th, we'll be there also. Piggly Wiggly there in Dawsonville, 3:30 to 5:30. Listen, there ain't a grocery store in town that can fight the prices. In any town that can fight the prices at the Piggly Wiggly in Donaldsonville, Georgia.
That's right.
Small town Donaldsonville, that Piggly Wiggly sells some kind of groceries. I mean, it ain't just the prices. It's the whole, the Piggly Wiggly as a whole in that store is, there's never a register that's not open.
Yeah.
There's never not a line. There's always going to be people there.
Oh, yeah.
There's always customer service ready to help you. The deli, they've got a deli. They've got, they cook home-cooked meals there. They do all kind of things for Thanksgiving. I know they cook your whole Thanksgiving meal, and then you can just come pick it up and tell everybody you cooked it.
That's right.
I mean, I don't know about y'all. It sounds pretty good to me. I'm just saying. I would do that. I would say, look, I cooked all this. Well, I bought it. Anyway. Well, the Peanut Proud Festival has also been canceled. All these festivals have been canceled. I know some of you are probably disappointed and probably upset about it. On March 20th, the Boots and Roots Rodeo, it's been rescheduled or canceled. And all thanks to the COVID-19.
Yeah.
Thanks there, Brother COVID. He came in and made a mess of things.
Sure made a mess.
He's made a mess. Well, he's put a halt. He's put the brakes on a lot of things that are going on. And listen, another thing too from Flint Media Family, you guys need to understand, get your hands washed, keep sanitizer in your purse, pocket, in your wallet, in your car, in where you need to put it. Make sure you stay sanitized throughout the rest of this, outbreak, or however we can get it under control. Stay inside. Don't get over groups of 12 or 10. If you go out, make sure you use precaution. Take you some handy wipes with you. Wipe down the things if just to double, we're not saying that you're an over-the-top germaphobe, but if you are,
it's okay.
It's quite all right. The problem is that we're not taking this thing as seriously as most. Most people are taking it to another extreme. If you do receive symptoms, make sure you contact your local physician, your family doctor, and tell them, say, look, I think I got symptoms. The next thing you do, they'll issue you, I guess, a test.
Yeah.
From what I understand, we've got, from what Al was telling me, said that he understood that we have a test for everybody in Bainbridge. So we should be okay on that, I guess. I don't know. I may be true, it may not be true. Who knows? But I know this. I know there's a ways around it. There's a ways to stay safe, and there are ways to keep yourself from contracting this virus. So what you need to do is take those necessary precautions and make sure that you do not cross that line.
Right.
You know what I mean? Don't be crazy. Don't cough on nobody. God forbid. Don't sneeze on anybody. Be mindful of the people around you if you are out in public. And, if you have to wear a mask, hey, it's a new trend. Just call it a new trend.
Yeah.
Everybody busting out the masks. Hey, we've enjoyed the time we've had today. We'll be back tomorrow, God willing. Dustin will be here tomorrow, Lord willing. We'll be back here in the morning, right along with the Jesus and Jamming morning. Then you'll have your Sweega Live Scripture of the Day. Then we'll be back on with the Sack Lunch Show. And if you'll hang out with us until 4, you'll be able to jump on the ride with us at 4 o'clock from 4 to 6 with your boy John T. and Rock and Rod. We'll be bringing you spinning the tunes, if you will.
Yeah.
I don't know if you spin them. We don't spin nothing anymore.
No, not anymore.
Punching, clicking the
tunes.
tunes. Yeah, we don't spin tunes anymore. It's not old school. Although we do have a vault of vinyls, though.
Yeah.
I don't guess you call it a vault.
Oh, kind of
like a shelf.
Yeah.
We have a shelf of vinyls, baby. Hey, it's been the Sack Lunch Show. Hope you've enjoyed the time. We appreciate you being here. Have a great afternoon. Wash your hands. God bless.